Medun is a settlement located 13 kilometers northeast of the capital Podgorica, Montenegro. The village houses the archaeological site of the ancient fortified city of Medeon. It is situated in the tribal area of Upper Kuchi, one of the highland tribes. In the 2003 census, it had 108 inhabitants. Geography. As Mariano Bolitzer described in 1614, it is situated on a beautiful hill on a cleft in the mountainside, between two other mountains, overlooking a very spacious valley. History. Ancient and Roman times. Medun is an old town and fortress, situated 13 kilometers northeast from Podgorica, Montenegro. It was erected originally as a fortress, later on as a town, between 4th and 3rd centuries BC, by Illyrians living in the area. It was known as Medeon.It or Modunans. Well-preserved walls of the fortress were built of big blocks of trimmed stone, placed in a number of rows. With respect to solidity and size of the construction, it substantially differs from the construction of other, less significant Illyrian towns. For the cultural artistic point of view, two lower dig-ups in the rock on the road from the lower to the upper town are very interesting. Studies refer to the conclusion that it was the place of performance of rituals related to the cult of Snake that represented myth ancestor to the Illyrians. Necropolis is sited north from the upper town. It originates from the Iron Age, but has not been studied. Medeon hosted the RDA king Gentius, his wife Tutor and the rest of his family until they were taken captives by the Roman legions, who effectively ended the independence of Illyria and created the Roman province of Illyricum. Medun was mentioned by Livius of Civitas of the Labiates, an Illyrian tribe which lived around the lakes Carda, then known as Lacus Labiatus. Roman legions conquered Medun around 167 BC, during the Third Illyrian War. On that occasion the RDA king Gentius and his family were captivated, marking the establishment of Illyricum. Besides the stairways cut into the cliffs on all sides, dating from the Iron Age, from this earlier period is also a portion of the west wall, subsequently built over by a medieval wall. Different parts of the medieval fortification date from different periods. Middle Ages. It was referred to later, in the 7th century, by the Ravenna geographer. The medieval fortification had been built on the ruins of the Roman city. Slavs migrated to the area during the Slavic migrations into Europe and the Balkans. Seljuk Thursiljic held Upper Zeta, including the city, subordinate to King Stefan Dekanski, and Emperors Dusan the Mighty and Euros the Weak. The Balsaic noble family, which had taken control of Lower Zeta, went after head of Upper Zeta Thursiljic in 1362, and killed him, expanding further the Zeta Zupa. The family is recognized as oblastni gospodari in charters of Emperor Euros the Weak. The 1444 charter of King Alphonse V documents Medun as the property of Stephen Vuksik Kosaka. In 1445, Herzog Stepan ceded the Upper Zeta and the Medun fortress to Despot Urad. A Duke of Despot Urad defended Medun in 1452 from Stefan I Krajovich, who was a duke in the Venetian service. In 1455, Despot Urad had to give the fortress to the Turks in the victorious drive through southeastern Europe. During the rule of Ivan I Krajovich, a certain Imre Aga took refuge in the region, constantly fighting the Krajovici and attempted to expel the people from Medun. A bloody battle was fought between the two, in which Imre and many other leaders were slain. However, the town is taken by the Ottomans. The battle marked the downfall of the Krajovici and the loss of a state. The region was organized into the Sanjak of Shkodra Podgorica, and in 1514, the Zeta region was established into the Sanjak of Montenegro, which would be headed by Stanko Krajovic, the son of Ivan I. Stanko was sent in 1485 to Constantinople as a guarantor of loyalty at the Ottoman court, and he converted to Islam and took the name Skanderbeg, subsequently being put for Sanjak Bey of Montenegro. Early modern Mariano Bolica of Kota, a servant of the Republic of Venice, wrote a report in 1614, initially for describing Sanjak of Shkodra's land routes which could best be utilized by local couriers conveying official correspondence from Venice to Constantinople and back, and to survey the military potential of the territory. He also provided a very detailed overview of towns and villages in Montenegro and northern Albania, the respective chiefs and men-in-arms, as well as demographics. Kuči, Bratanozici and part of Plava were under the soldiers of Medun, the Spahi, but the commander was not named, and the highlanders would pay the Ottoman officials a portion of their income. Medun was described as a little town on a hill, strategically situated, but badly guarded and in ruins, of which fortification was held by the Distaraga and 200 very warlike people. It was one of 8 cities of the Sanjak of Shkodra. Medun, the famous writer and Kuči tribe leader, Montenegrin Duke and hero Marko Miljanov, lived at the foot of walls of the town and the fortress. He was buried in the Acropolis in front of the small church dedicated to Archdeacon Stephen, built in Miljanov's honor the same year of his death. A rebellion in nearby Herzegovina sparked a series of rebellions and uprisings against the Ottoman forces in Europe. Montenegro and Serbia agreed to declare a war on Turkey on the 18th of June 1876. Nicola I's cousin had twice routed the Ottomans at Medun. A Montenegrin victory in Danilograd in Zeta, and the capitulation of Medun, concluded the first year of the Montenegrin-Ottoman War. In 1877–1878, Nicholas I of Montenegro acquired a seaboard on the Adriatic, and on the 13th of January 1878, Nicholas I and Ahmed Muhtar Pasha signed a truce, ending the war. Medun has not yet been studied sufficiently. Not only that it is interesting for its distant and rich past, it also represents an object significant for studying of all cultural epochs, from prehistory to the Middle Ages. Demographics: total 108 inhabitants, Serbs 74, Montenegrins 32, Yugoslavs 1, unknown 1.